Hello and welcome to Divine Horses and Humans. I'm Jason J. Divine. This is Divine in the Round Pen. So you're watching the Divine playlist. So you can see we have lots of clutter around us, stuff that you would bump into on the yard, wheelbarrow, shaving forks, flags, ton bags, blue bags, shaving bags, big wheelbarrows, odd looking things, and this is what makes a calm thinking horse. Right, so I have these philosophies and theories because I see these patterns and I see these holes in the British equine industry, and I'm here to try and educate people that there's a better way. And that is called a foundation that needs to be put in the horse, and it's overlooked in this country. How would I know? Because I've worked in the industry for over a decade, worked with other people's horses for over 25,000 hours, plus the hours that I put in with our horses. And I gave it up because horses, I'm not going to say disrespectful, got no manners, this, that, I'm going to say that just badly educated. They weren't educated correctly, and I have got complete utter empathy for that, because when I went to school they didn't understand how to educate me. They just educated me like a normal person. Well, I'm not. Severely dyslexic. I've had the test, so I look at it now as a skill set, because I see these patterns. Pattern makes an algorithm, and an algorithm makes a program. Now you can see that this horse is low-headed, and looking at that bag, and I kicked that thing and she didn't lose her mind. Now, so many horses I'd worked for would just lose their mind. She's investigated it. And if you're going to stand there and go, oh, it's doped, or you're hypnotising it, it's circus tricks and all that, you're the one that needs to open your mind, right? And that's the part to all of this that's not talked about, is your mindset. So I've taken a position, I've put a stick in this hand, and I've cocked my leg, I'm looking at you, and I'm like, right, she knows I want to go that way. She gets it. Right, so there's all this stuff around, and I want her to learn to deal with it. So one of the things that you have to have, right, to come at it with the mentality and the philosophies that I'm coming at it, is that you have to have patience. The slower you go, the faster it happens. But people here are not patient. They want to be at the destination before they're on the journey. Right, and I've done a lot of things in my life. One of the things that I do know, right, that they don't do enough of here in the British equine industry. Cheers. And if you're going to have a whinge up about me having a drink, you need to move on. You need to learn some patience. And if you're going to drop negative comments on me and attack me and my Achilles heel, reading, writing and spelling, that's a mirror image of you, and that says an awful lot about you around horses. So what am I trying to achieve here? What I'm trying to achieve here is nothing. I'm like seeing where she's at. She's level-headed, right, so her head's down, so that means she's calm-headed, right? She's not running around here at 300 miles an hour. She's sort of dealing with a lot of this stuff that's going on, and she's still maintaining gait and looking where she's going. So I'm going to put that there and see what happens, right? And I'm going to push her on a bit. So there's the direction, there's the support. Where here in England, in the British equine industry, they class groundwork as lunging or long reining, and they would do this, right? And that's putting the horse constantly under pressure, right? Because she's a dominant lead mare, she can sort of deal with it, yeah? But like if you did this with an anchor or even Polida, they would get a move on, right? Lunging is not beneficial because they don't use their mind, they just get faster and faster. Long reining, I can't really see the benefit of it. If you'd put the stuff in before with this foundation with certain things, you don't really need to do long reining. because, as I said, in the world that I live in my head, and this is my philosophies and my theories, that if I'm going to school this horse, work with this horse, train this horse physically, I'm going to do it in a hackamore, rope halter, and the only time a bit goes in her mouth is when we actually go to work, go and do the job. So she starts to understand when that bit comes out, I need to switch my game up a bit. So let me go back here, and we'll sort of turn her. Come on. There. Right, she thought about turning into the fence, and because I retreated, right, where if you go and look at the other playlist where I move into them, she retreated back. So look, she's going through a very, very tight gap there, right? And horses need to learn this. So, going back to what I was saying earlier about prior preparation, right? It's all won and lost in your yard. What you do at the yard with your horse is all won and lost there. Not when you get to the competition, not when you get to the arena, not when you get to the tournament. It's all over. And it's like, I see this over and over and over and over again in the British equine. They're not preparing, British equine industry, they are not preparing their horses at their yard because they're too forward thinking. Why have I got to kick the shit out of that horse to make it go forward if I can do that? I haven't got to, have I? Ed's driving down. So let's see if we can get another gate up. Needs a bit more encouragement. See the flick of the nose, that's dominance. But they see she slowed up there a bit. But she's dealing with it. Right, so I'm going to ask her to come in. So the other day we were working with this with her. So let's pick it up, offer it to her. She investigates it. So what I'll do is just take it away. This is so simple. It's stupid. But so many people can't grasp it because, see, she went and checked it out herself. Did I put her under that? No. Because I want her to use her brain, right? And this is the thing, she's a lead mare. She's very dominant, right? When she's in her stable, she will pin her ears at you and occasionally she will snap at you when you walk past, right? And you ain't gonna beat that out of a horse. If you start using physical violence with a horse like that, it's just going to end up mirroring you and giving you violence back. That's why she's like she is. And this whole thing of walking past the stable with a flag and going, right, it doesn't really work. There has to be a place, where she can be who she is. And if that's in the stable, that's in the stable. It's like having a friend. You know, you've got a friend, but they've got this vice that you just accept. It's who they are. Do you know what I mean? I like everything about them apart from that, but you're never going to change that. And I think here, sort of in the British equine world, they get so focused on wanting everything perfect that it becomes so unravelled because perfection, you can't reach it. It's excellence. And because, you know, they've got all the gear and where I see is no idea. And it said, this is a huge ask, what we're asking this horse to do, but she understands. Go on. No, you see, I moved my feet. I'm going to let her investigate, but I moved my feet. And you see, she moved back. Go on. Like, she's trying to work out, she's like, oh no, I can't work that out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open it up a bit. Right, it was tight, very, very tight. Go on, go and try it. Just try. Because all I want is her to try. Right, it was a trot. We could do with doing it a bit slower. I want to walk now. No, I want to walk. See? So, there's the walk, right? So we take it away. We take the pressure away, right? So, for all the clever British equine owners out there that, you know, the ones I've met and I've worked for are bullies, the more I let her use her brain, right, the less I have to use the reins. And the more the partnership's going to get forward, and we're going to be going forward instead of having this balls out fight that's dictatorship. You're using pain and intimidation to get them to do what you want to do. And to me, the more I can let them work things out, see, right, I'm just going to move over here because she's investigating. Look, she's investigating things. And if you can't see what I'm seeing here, right, there's something very wrong. Because there is something very wrong. There's a huge problem. And the problem is that people in the British equine industry haven't got time for this. And this stuff needs to be passed on to grooms, future generation grooms. Like, you know, if you've got, anybody that belongs to the British Horse Society, ping this over to them. Because needs to be taught to young human beings to be able to protect themselves and be able to protect horses. Too many people being hurt, too many people dying. Because it's about it, they will kill you and they will not do it on purpose. It will be all done through self-preservation because that's how they work. It's about self-preservation. So, let's just see, because like, see how she's standing over that, look. Right, she's investigating it, right? So many horses, I've worked with so many horses that are scared of wheelbarrows. And you should be able to work with them and it not to be a problem. But the more you take the wheelbarrow away and leave it in the same place, you're constantly running the same program and they're not going to learn. So we've just driven over that and I want her to investigate it. So there. Is that there? What's that there? No, it's not here. There. Right, so she touches with her nose and I go away. And to me, this is so stupidly simple. Right? But you've just got to learn to be patient. You've got to learn to open your mind. You've got to learn to go and learn about your sympathetic nervous system. Be more spatially aware, right? Be more hyper aware and come at it from somebody else's point of view, i.e. the horse, right? And that's called empathy, right? If you have no empathy, right, you're not going to get things done with horses. And first off, it's about a relationship. And doing stupid stuff like this is what it's about. The more stupid stuff I do, the calmer she becomes. And as I said, you'll get people go, well, because all stands for it's not actually dealing with. She's not dealing with that, so I slow it down, right? But she's not leaning back, right? Her ears are still back on me, and I give her a rub, and she's just like, oh, right. So I see if I can get her to drop her head. There, drop her head. And that says to me, she's relaxed. If I can't get her to do that, and she's tight, and she won't do that, That means she's tight in the spine. That means she's tight in her mind. Right? So the way that we can loosen their mind up, and that's what we need to do, is loosen their mind up, right, is by moving their feet, okay? But no, here in the British equine industry, we do everything in our power to stop them from moving their feet, okay? Right? Because steady, whoa, put stronger bit on, pull harder, get in a fight. Pull harder on the lead rope, never let go, tie them off tight if they pull off. So if I'm like, right, hello, so, hello, hello, right, so I've just taken that piece of ground, right? You need to pay attention. So back up, back up, back up. And it's taken me a long time to get a relationship with this horse, because she was a problem horse. Bite people, kick people, yeah. You couldn't come round here and touch her tail. You couldn't plait her tail. And you should be able to do this with your horse. You should be able to do that. And none of this stuff is taught here in the British equine industry. And this is where it needs to be taught. So if we want a horse to lose the tension in the spine, we go, right, there you go, there you go. And then we go, right, go on. Get on with it, get on with it. Change my thought process, my energy, right, and I'm driving her forward because I'm looking at her, right? This is how, get on with it. This is how you get a horse off of cortisol. And this will free them up in the spine because they're tight in the mind, so they're tight in their spine, because a horse goes into what I call a Roman road mode. Roman roads were straight, right? When a horse needs to get away and it bolts, as they call it, they just go in a straight line. They don't care what's in front of them, they don't, straight. And that's when they become real taut in their spine. And they don't bend, they don't disengage, because they have straight on in their mind. They go Roman road mode. Roman road mode. Right? So if we're like, right, come in here. Right, get over there. Right, now she's here. Tell her she's done a good job. And now I'm going to ask her to lower her head. Lower your head, lower your head. Hear that? Hear that sigh? Now she's licking and she's chewing. Right, no, I need to lower your head. So there's a few things that need to go on here, right? A, learn about your sympathetic nervous system to open your mind up. You have to have a plan around horses. You have to be in the present. You have to be calm and collected, but you have to be a little bit unpredictable every now and again. Right? Not sneaky, nonchalance. And the other part of it is understanding how they work. Put horse values and emotions onto them. Use the sympathetic nervous system, the flight system in them. Allow them to move their feet. The more you make your horse stand still, right, the bigger the problem is going to become. Because you haven't got this. Hello? Right, and when I see, and that's just the way another horse would talk. Now she's going to try and problem solve. She's like, what does he want? He's just asked me to pay attention. What does he want? So I'll go and investigate things. This is what I want. So she gets that this is the sweet spot in the middle. So I want her to go around here. See, when a horse can't do this, right, they're tight in the spine. And that means they're tight in their mind. They've got forward on their mind. So all I'm doing is literally putting my energy and my thought process up here, where my rein would be and where my leg would be. That's all I'm doing. So she bends. So I come to catch her. Oh, I've got a plastic bag in the way. I come to catch her. I go in here, stroke, left hand, Right hand, got it right. Yes, I do get my left and right mixed up because I am severely dyslexic, but this is a dyslexic way of seeing things. Ultimate puzzle solvers we are. You've got a problem with your horse, I'm the solution. So we go under, over like this, and this is how we catch them. So then like that, and then I ask her to bend in here. Now look how far she can bring her nose in. Right, as far as I'm concerned, the more that they bend here, like that, she literally touch her shoulder, the freer they are in their mind. There. Lightness. So let's go with the bag for a bit. So we've got the bag, and the bag's here, and she investigates it. So I'm just going to walk away. But the bag does make a silly noise. But I'm just going to walk away, and I'm going to walk around these other, and I'm going to come back, and I'm going to ask her. And then I'm going to walk away. She's got to get herself out of that hole. She's using her brain. I don't know if that's about that. And as I said, in the past, whatever you do, hey, get your rope management in order, your lead rope management. Long lead rope halter. Don't stand here like this, right? Don't do anything from the front like it's hugely dangerous. Always from the side. And you'll find most horses will stick you on the left side, you see? As she's following that, right? Because if I'm in the front, horses will usually ping forward. If I'm at the side, I've got a chance. If I'm here and that horse goes that way, I can go this way and she has to disengage her rear. Same again this. If, like she's off in the distance and I'm like, pay attention. So I'm on to the side of her, right? If that horse dives forward that way, I can stand my ground and her forward momentum is going to make a turn like that. So I'm going to come in here, lead rope on my arm, good lead rope management, and I'm going to rub her. So I want her to stop, she stops. Yes, I stood on the rope, but that's what I'm saying. I'm using all of my hands, my feet, everything. And I'm going to come in here again and I'm going to ask again. So let's go. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, and stop. And we stop for a bit, we take a moment, and then go to the other side. Completely different on the right side. So that's where we are today. We're more confident on the right side than we are on the left. And this is the stuff that needs to be taught. I'll help anybody, but you've got to be willing to help yourself. And if you want me to help you, you're going to have to talk to me on a phone, or you're going to have to voicemail me. I can't talk to you in DMs, PMs and all that because I'm severely dyslexic, right? And like I said, if you've got a problem with your horse, I'm the solution. I'll give you a pattern that you can follow to create an algorithm, yeah? To create a program in your horse that's called a foundation. Anybody can do this, anybody. But to be able to do it, you first have to be able to open your mind and go and learn about the sympathetic nervous system in a horse and in a human being, and go and learn about the hormone called cortisol, what it does to you and what it does to them. And once you start to understand that part of it, right, and you can actually be honest with me and go, yeah, I'm fearful of this horse because it's dumped me, or it's run me over, it's trampled me, right, we can get somewhere. But if you're not going to be honest about that, we can't get anywhere. So at that one, thanks for checking us out. Go and check parts and future credits. Oh, I forgot the program. Like, comment, share, subscribe, run and tell a friend. Hit the notification bell and the subscribe. It costs you absolutely nothing. Don't forget to hit the description bar full of niceness, website, this, that and the other. I said, I'll help anybody, but you've got to be prepared to talk to me on a phone or on a voicemail. But this is, if you want something different, do something different. I'm dyslexic, I think different, I see different, and I see a huge problem in the British equine industry. Horses are not being educated correctly because their foundation is being looked over, just like mine was when I was a child. So at that one, you all have a great one.